Now, we know you have a lot of questions about unemployment. So for more, we're going to bring in Laurie Yadoff. She is a lawyer and director of the Economic Advocacy and Community Health Project at Coast to Coast Legal Aid of South Florida. Laurie, thank you for joining us. So tell us a little bit more about this project and what it is that you all normally work on.
Well, good morning. We normally work on these issues. We normally do unemployment cases and health cases and Social Security cases. So we're just seeing a larger, huger number of people coming in for assistance.
Now, many people, as we mentioned, are unemployed for the first time in their lives. So what is the first step that they should take?
The first step is to file it for unemployment. And I know that's difficult in this system, but there are ways now to get an unemployment application into the state. And it's very important to do that, to get it in and to make sure that your claim is in. The second thing I would do is look and see whether you're eligible for food stamp or SNAP benefits. And the third thing would be to, The third thing to do would be to make sure that you have contacted your landlord and your mortgage company or whoever you need to talk to about your bills.
Sounded like you had an assistant that wanted to give their input. So just to clarify, first step would be to file to unemployment. And then second you mentioned would be, I just want to make sure everybody could hear you, to speak with your landlord.
To speak with your landlord and your mortgage company, and also to apply for food stamps. If you don't have an income, you may be eligible for food stamps.
Thank you, Laurie. Now, the state's unemployment website, as we mentioned, is down this weekend, and people have had problems accessing it long before. So are there any other benefits available that maybe don't come from the state?
Well, I think what's important to recognize is that the money is coming from two different sources for your unemployment. One is coming from the state, and one is coming from the federal government legislation due to the CARES Act. The state has its own requirements for unemployment, which have pretty much stayed closely the same in terms of eligibility for even before this virus. So when you put your application in, the state benefits are $275 a month maximum for a period of 12 weeks. The federal benefits cover a longer period and add money to that amount. Some people may be eligible only for the additional federal money and not be eligible for the state money. So it's important to, not worry about a denial if you get one, because you may go into the federal stack, and also to follow up on your claim if you get a call from DEO or if you have any questions.
Now that actually kind of ties into my next question, which was about a two-parter here. So what are the options for someone who isn't able to submit an application, and then what are the options for someone who maybe has been denied?
So if you have trouble submitting an application, you can do a paper application, which you can print off the website, or you can contact Federal Express and they have one, or we can send one to you. Your other option is to use the phone app, which is very easy to use, and I'd recommend that. And the third option, of course, is to apply online. You can also try to apply by phone, but it's difficult to get through right now.
I know that's something that we've heard a lot, is I can't even get the application in. So that brings me to my next point. Floridians no longer have to recertify their unemployment every 2 weeks. We had mentioned that a little bit earlier in the broadcast. So what is the significance of this?
So obviously, if you have to put in to connect your status every 2 weeks, that's really going to overload the system, in addition to the number of people who are doing it and putting in new applications. As far as I know, Governor DeSantis has done that up until May 2nd. So you have to wait and see whether or not he's going to extend that. It's important because it's hard for people to do work searches right now, which is what's required. You do 5 work searches a week and report them. But if it's not required right now because it's difficult to work, that makes things easier.
All right, Laurie, one more question for you. The Economic Advocacy and Community Health Project gives legal help to people who are often in a tough place. So what is your advice to people in a similar situation right now?
I really want people to understand that we're there for them, that if you don't have an income, if you're struggling, please contact our office. We'll treat you with compassion and respect. We will do what we can to help you through this. Please also use your local services like 211 and United Way to help you. There are services available out there for people.
Laurie, we really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for clearly and concisely covering a wide variety of topics for us.